Bienvenue au Salon de l'Auto de Genève.
Coming up in this edition, Superleggera presents its definitive Disco Volante, Downsizing Uncovered, Ford presents the Tourneo Courier, and Francos Varro celebrates his 40th motor show. From the world of high fashion to the motor show, touring Superleggera is presenting the definitive version of its Disco Volante touring based on the Alfa Romeo 8C Competizione. A chassis which is already pretty efficient, I would even go so far as to say exciting. With the flying saucer-shaped steering wheel, the Italian car designer wanted to pay homage to a 1952 Alfa Romeo and send the driver on a journey into space. Let me try to describe a bit the atmosphere of a spaceship inside the car. So we're playing a bit with the lights, with the red touches, and of course we're playing with the materials to try and recreate this impression of being in a cockpit. But it's a modern Alfa Romeo that the designer wanted to honour here. Under the carbon fibre bonnet you'll find a sublime 4.7-litre V8 engine with 450 horsepower. The Disco Volante is assembled by hand, so you may need a little patience. It's not a limited edition, but you need to bear in mind that it takes 4,000 hours to completely finish the car, so the numbers aren't going to be very high. It will remain a car for those who want something truly personal. Making bespoke cars is our profession. Electric and hybrid cars are not the only environmentally friendly cars here in Geneva. We're seeing the rise of a new technology on the stands at the motor show, the downsizing of engines. They're reducing the engine capacity but adding 1 or 2 turbos and a compressor to give a small engine with a small engine capacity, but a truly marvellous performance. We've now got small engines of 1.4 or 1.6 litres, which give the same performance as 3-litre engines did some 10 years ago. The result? Under the bonnet of this family minivan, you'll find a tiny 1-litre engine, but 3 turbo engines means that it's surprisingly efficient. 120 CV and a top speed of 190 kilometers an hour. The possibilities are infinite. You can put it in a small city car, a medium performance car, an estate car, pretty much anywhere. The only limit is if the engine has quite a low capacity, then it can be coupled. Cheaper than electric or hybrid cars, the downsized versions are just as economical. The best have consumption of 4 litres per 100 kilometers an hour and emissions below 100 grams a kilometre. Downsizing, a new green solution which is also kind to your wallet. Ford is presenting a world premiere in Geneva today, the Tourneo Courier. The manufacturer is expanding its Tourneo family here with this, its smallest people carrier to date. We have a high roof, so we have lots of space to accommodate both passengers and luggage. But the short external dimensions also means it has lots of flexibility for driving around town and in car parks. The car is also very well suited to families, offering a deceptive amount of room and flexibility on the inside. So we have the flexible seating system here. The seats can be folded down by 1 or 2/3. So we also have a flat loading area. This is very sought after, for example, for a dog cage, which is quite big. Although this is a compact car, it's very important that we provide space inside the vehicle. On sale from summer 2014. This 83rd edition of the Motor Show is also an anniversary. Famous designer Francos Varro is celebrating his 40th year here. In fact, when they accepted me as a manufacturer in 1973, I was very happy. And then one thing leads to another and you get to 40 years. 40 years of Geneva motor shows. But I started 10 years earlier in manufacture, except this was for racing cars, and they don't accept a racing car stand here.
Et ici, on n'accepte pas un stand de voiture de course.
Geneva is the opening of the year, the spring, the hope. It's a nice date for us, it wakes us up. We've worked all winter, now we're giving it our all.
It's a symbol for passion in car design in Switzerland, and yeah, it's good to have somebody in this country like him.
I never got a big head, so it doesn't matter whether it's a kid or a little girl or the parents who are asking me questions, because they're tickled by curiosity. I was going to say that I'm starting to think that without the Geneva Motor Show I wouldn't be here. The concept cars of this motor show store would have fired the imagination of several generations, so don't forget to pay him a visit. Francos Varro never leaves his stand. And don't forget to vote on our Facebook site for your favourite car. For which world premiere will your heart beat?